this Clipper Handicap. £150,000, 19 runners. They are all set and they're off. Pretty good line. Sonny Liston not the best away, and also La Trinidad from wide out. Northern Express and Austrian Theory's riders glance around as early on Spirit Catcher moves forward with Port Lynas up on the outside. Also the gatekeeper is prominent with Aileen Dew in the white and green colours. Ropey Guest comes next. Behind these Austrian Theory, free sweating from Northern Express and Cruyff turn as they make the first of the little bends. Tawada's on the outside of Master Richard, then Racing Breaks rider. Akunacha is quite well back in the field on the inside of Orban. Blue for You is 4 wide round the turn with Dutch Decoy and La Trinidad, so they're already making their way back towards the home straight. Port Lynas setting the gallop at a pretty reasonable pace. Spirit Catcher will corner in second place, then on the outside the gatekeeper of Aileen Dew and Ropey Guest towards the inner. Cruyff turn comes next in company with Darkness in the pale blue, Northern Express in the noseband, Austrian Theory towards the inside with Racing Breaks rider. Akunacha in the striped colours come next with Tawada making some progress. Escobar ridden quietly with Sonny Liston, Racing Breaks rider. La Trinidad and Blue for You are still towards the back of the pack. They're still headed by Port Lynas. To the right hand side is Ropey Guest in company with Spirit Catcher. Behind these is the gatekeeper, then Cruyff turn, Austrian Theory, Aileen Dew, Akunacha beginning to stay on in the striped colours. Northern Express with some work to do. Dutch Decoy from well back in company with Tawada. Ropey Guest and Port Lynas down the near side. Dutch Decoy is still making progress in the mauve colours. Then towards the inside, Sonny Liston straying on. It is Ropey Guest and Port Lynas going for the line together. Ropey Guest, he may have had his big day. The horse known as Chubby may have got home. Ropey Guest from Port Lynas, Sonny Liston, Spirit Catcher, Northern Express. He has come so close in major handicaps, but I think Ropey Guest may have had his day in the sun at 40 to 1. They will be rejoicing in the Margarson yard. Spirit Catcher's third ahead of on the inside Sonny Liston, then Northern Express, but Ropey Guest has finally done it for Tom Queally. Port Lynas right up there the whole way, tight for third. Spirit Catcher just ahead of on the inside Sonny Liston, who made ground. Northern Express and then the ruck with Dutch Decoy for paying extra places. Tawada, Aileen Dew, La Trinidad and the gatekeeper. These handicappers, they come back in, day out. He's finished, I think, runner-up in a couple of Bunbury Cups. He did win a race earlier on in the season, but not one of these big prizes. And today was Chubby's day.
Oh, that's fabulous. You could hear the Margarson girls screaming with delight. And by far the most popular horse in their yard, having his 36th race today. Once upon a time, he was third in an Acom. Newmarket's been his home, and he's run there umpteen times, and he's been to Ascot so many times, he's hit the bar so many times. Coming back to Yorkdale as well.
Well, I think they just thought he's got so complacent going to Newmarket and obviously then to Ascot as well, regular places that I run there. They just thought, right, let's take him on his travels then and come up to Yorkshire. And he certainly likes the Yorkshire air, doesn't he? Because it's nice to see these horses like this. You can follow them on social media and you get to learn a little bit more about them personality-wise, then go and see them win a nice big pot like this.
Let's go to Ollie.
Yeah, and Rosie Margarson is just alongside me, absolutely beaming as we can see. You adore this horse and he deserved that.
Oh my god, I feel terrible. Katie's meant to be here. She got into World Championships triathlon, so she had to go. So he's not normally my horse, but my god, do I love him. He was so naughty yesterday, and I thought, God, if he's ready for anything, he's ready for this. And
they're so popular because you document. We can see you've got a GoPro on. You document it all on social media, and it gives us all a real insight into the care and love these horses have at home and what it means to you.
He is the best racehorse in my life. Like, he's the dream. He eats, he sleeps, he runs. It's all he wants to do, and he's just an angel. There he is. I'm going to abandon you.
Okay, bye, Rosie.
And Tom Queally, clearly, obviously best known for winning on Frankel. But for George Margarson, 10 years ago, they teamed up and won the Lowther on this very day with Lucky Crystal. I wonder if they remember that day, Ollie.
Well, Rosie's got the horse. I've still got the microphone, so I'm going to grab a word with Tom. And toughed it out really well there, Tom.
Yeah. Change of scenery seemed to work, so nice to get his head in front in a good race.
You got into a bit of a battle. You always seem to travel well. Were you always confident late on you'd get the better of point liners?
Yeah, I had a good draw, and in result of that I got a good position, and he just seemed a bit more lit up today and just a bit more interested, I suppose. I think he's gone a little bit jaded at Ascot. He runs there so often, so when we run him on a different track, it seems to work.
And we were talking that Ed was just mentioning, obviously, your association with George goes back many years.
Yeah, George is a very good trainer. He's been very good and loyal to me from the time I came off the boat. I've ridden on and off for him over the years, and with very small numbers, he's able to hold his own with any of the big boys, and he's not afraid to campaign him accordingly, and he's a very experienced horseman, and that's a quality that kind of overlooked a lot of the time, so fair dues to him.
There he is, one on top.
Yeah, thanks.
And there's Dad, there's George Margarson running across to speak to Rosie and lead in Chubby. 45th time he's combined with Tom Queally to win. 40-1. And one thing I can guarantee, Jason, is Chubby, as they call him at home, will be at the Margarsons forever, probably, as a pet, won't he? Because what was the horse on the opening show? I was watching the opening show, and they were talking about a horse they've got at home still.
Yeah, last Saturday he was on the opening show, George, with Atavus, who managed to win the Hungerford back in 2001, and he's now the trainer's hack at home, and there's a possibility that could happen for Chubby.
Possibilities, that's so
a lovely story. Do you know when he got beat again in the Bunbury Cup this time round? They were so disappointed, the girls couldn't believe it that he got beat again, and then here he is back, Chubby.
Well, George Margarson is here, of course, with the girls. Katie and Rosie absolutely thrilled. And this is down here, this is Jimmy Scott. A lot of you remember Jimmy. He was the man who used to ride the great Shergar for Sir Michael Stout back in the day. Now he works for George. They're just taking the winning photos with Ropey, and then we'll go straight in. The girls have loved this.
That's fantastic. Katie's devastated, Katie, because she rides him out every day, and she's in Finland. She's doing the World Championships, doing a triathlon. So
that seems a reasonable excuse.
It's not a very good excuse, and I've told her she's now banned from leading him up because Rosie's led him up first time. And
I think Rosie's done a good job though, hasn't she?
Yeah, but I think the key.
How was that?
I've only ridden it for 2 days. Poor Katie.
It's going to be competition at home.
I think me and Tom came up with. He's an old horse that's been running around. Yes, he hasn't been winning much. He's won a lot of money, but we felt changing tracks like we did at Goodwood. We took him to Goodwood, total different track he's ever been on. He won like he's won here. He went off and did it, and here I've done a smaller field as well, 20 runners. They're easy for him. He's usually a 30-runner field job.
And George, you're always so enthusiastic. You always have a smile on your face. We shouldn't forget, you've had plenty of nice winners in your time.
Yeah, I won the Lauder here 10 years ago. It doesn't seem like 10 years, a Lucky Crystal. We was only beating a short head and a head in with young Mick in the E-ball. When the E-ball...
the great young Mick.
Yeah, we've still got him. He's still at home. And he's doing fine, so I suppose we'll probably end up with this fella in the long term, but he's shown he's still got the guts, hasn't he?
Absolutely fantastic for you and Jimmy, well done.
Well, it's great for us in the family, it's some family business, and we keep Jimmy involved as well, which is great, and he lets me know everything.
Nothing ropey about you, George, well done.
Nothing ropey about anybody at this place.